Peter Hoekstra, the newly minted U.S. ambassador to the Netherlands, held his first conference with the Dutch media at his new residence in The Hague on Wednesday. It did not go well. Dutch journalists peppered Hoekstra, who became Trump's ambassador after serving 18 years as a Republican congressman from Michigan, with questions on unsubstantiated claims he made in 2015 about the chaos the Islamic movement had brought to the Netherlands. "There are cars being burned, there are politicians that are being burned," he had said at a conference hosted by a conservative group. "And yes, there are no-go zones in the Netherlands." The comments have widely been described as inaccurate, and reflect certain conspiracies about Sharia law that crop up in some circles of the far right in the West. When pressed by the Dutch reporters, Hoekstra declined to retract the comments or give specific examples to back them up. In fact, after saying that he would be revisiting the issue, he simply refused to answer the question at all. But the reporters were not done with the line of questioning yet. Instead of moving on, another reporter would simply ask a variation on the question again. "Everybody there had one question, that crazy statement you made, are you going to withdraw it?" said Roel Gereed, a political reporter at the Dutch television station RTL News in a phone interview about the event. "We were not getting answers, so we all kept asking it." Gereed published a segment with video of the remarkable exchange on social media. A clip from a TV news report by a Dutch journalist about the new U.S. ambassador to the Netherlands. A longer version of the report, in Dutch and English, can be viewed below, or here. Nieuwsuur, a clip from a TV news report by a Dutch journalist about the new U.S. ambassador to the Netherlands. A longer version of the report, in Dutch and English, can be viewed below, or here. Nieuwsuur. After at least one person had asked the question, Gereed followed up to ask Hoekstra about a John Adams quote. Adams was the United States' first ambassador to Holland, that was mounted right behind the ambassador. Hoekstra said he had read the quote, which expresses Adams' hope that only honest and wise men ever rule under this roof. "If you're truly an honest and wise man, could you please take back the remark about burned politicians or name the politician that was burned in the Netherlands?" Gereed asked. An uncomfortable silence followed the question. "Thank you," Hoekstra said, before trying to call on someone else over the clamor of the reporters in the room. "Excuse me, I asked you a question," Gereed said. Another journalist jumped in. "Our ambassador, can you mention any example of a Dutch politician who was burned in recent years?" Again, silence, as Hoekstra stared around the room. "This is the Netherlands, you have to answer questions," another reporter said. Sherry Kennison Hall, an embassy counselor who was helping run the news conference, pushed back, asserting that Hoekstra was answering the questions. At least one more journalist fired the question off.